Elementor is a website builder that helps you build stunning and professional websites by just dragging and dropping widgets. So today we'll be diving into everything you need to know about Elementor and how you can use Elementor to create stunning looking and professional websites or landing pages, right? So it doesn't matter if you've not heard of Elementor before, you've not used it before, or you are using it but then you want to elevate your knowledge. This training is for you. I want you to pay close attention and watch till the end, right? So at the end of this particular training, I will show you how to install Elementor, the basic training and understanding, widgets, the global settings, and how to import and export templates, right? So I want you to stick along with me and I will show you all these things in few minutes. All right, so my name is nuelukairo and you're welcome to another tutorial. So if you're finding this video helpful, I want you to give me a like, and I also want you to comment in the comment section, and I also want you to subscribe to this YouTube channel so that I'll be bringing you more values like this, and you can also be the first to participate in these values. So having said this, let's rush into the tutorial and let me show you everything you need to know about Elementor. So first things first, we need a WordPress website, and to do this we need a hosting and domain name. So you can go to this website called Hostinger. So Hostinger will give you the opportunity to get domain name and hosting in a very discounted manner, right? As you can see, we'll have up to 75% off your hosting in the first year. You also get free domain, free website migration, and 24/7 customer support, which is one of the best things you need when you're trying to choose a hosting, right? So you also be getting this hosting for $299 per month, which is one of the cheapest out there on the internet, plus 3 months free. Is a massive offer they are giving here. So I actually have a link in the description that will give you much more discount, like 79% off discount. That is my ref link. If you use it, you'll be getting much more discount, and I'll also be getting a commission. That way you're winning and I'm also winning. So you can go ahead and use the link in the description, and I want to say thank you in advance, right? So you can go ahead and check out everything that is here, and then I also have a video that I link on the description that will show you how to get your domain name and hosting the right way from using Hostinger, right? That is a comprehensive tutorial, so you can go ahead and watch that video right now, and you'll know how to get your domain name and hosting and also install WordPress super easily. So go ahead and check the description below, right? So having said this, let's say you don't want to spend money on getting a domain name and hosting yet, you just want to get to practice before you do this. So you can use this website called Pantheon. So Pantheon.io is a platform that gives you the opportunity to use WordPress for free, right? They give you free hosting for you don't have to pay for anything entirely, right? It's entirely for free. So you get free hosting, you just install your WordPress and you start using immediately. So I also have a video that I make, a comprehensive video that I made, that will show you how to install WordPress using Pantheon.io. It's a very simple process and it's a very short video. You can go ahead and watch it. From there you can just see that from this start here, you see that it's a very simple process and you can install WordPress and start following this tutorial ASAP. So if you have done that, or if you will do that, just go ahead and do that right now, right? So remember, there is a link to this video on the description. Just go ahead and see that video and install WordPress. So having done this, we are now on our WordPress dashboard, right? So this is our dashboard, and then the next thing we are going to do is to install Elementor as a plugin, right? So we're just going to go to this add new, and then this is the WordPress repository. Like I said, Elementor is actually a free plugin, but it has a pro version, so you can use the free plugin for now to get as much value as you want. But then if you want to upgrade, if you want to get to upgrade, you can actually upgrade to the pro version, right? It gives you much more widgets to use and much more templates, and it gives you much more tools that you can use to make sure that your website comes out well. But for the sake of this video, we'll be using the free version, so I'm just gonna go ahead and check for Elementor right now. We'll be using the free version, and then if we need more options, we're going to probably add some Elementor add-ons. Okay, so if you want to use Elementor Pro, you can go ahead and check their website right now, and then just go to pricing, and then I'll also drop a link below in the description so that you can see how you can get Elementor in a very discounted manner. As you can see, this is $49 and it's already 16% off, so you're paying like less than $5 per year. So you can go ahead and take advantage of it if you want to buy the pro version, right? But aside from that, we don't actually need it for now, so I'm just going to install the free one, and then I'm going to activate immediately after I'm done, right? So now Elementor is active. All we need to do right now is to go and create a page that will be working with using the Elementor page builder. All right, so probably you'll be brought to this particular interface, immediately install Elementor. So all you just need to do is to go through all these settings. You can create your account, connect to your account, and but then I'll leave you to do this, okay, if you want to. So you can just get to connect to your account, or you can skip this, or you can simply cancel this out, okay? You can connect your account later when you get when you get the pro version. You can get to connect your account much more later, okay? So let's just cancel this out. So okay, so we've canceled this out. Let's get a page, just a page. Okay, we'll be working with just one page. That page, I'll be using it to show you everything you need to know about Elementor. So let's just go and install a new page. So first things first, let me cancel this out. So I'm going to name this page home. I'm going to call this home. Okay, so let's just publish this, publish again. So we're done. Before we go over to this right now, okay, before we go over to this right now, let me just go ahead and show you stuff about Elementor here. So now this is Elementor, and this Elementor and Elementor templates, right? So this Elementor and this Elementor template. So we're gonna go to the home right now to see how Elementor looks like, the home page of this Elementor page builder. So in here you're gonna see that you have a guide, watch guide, which of course you don't need to watch this again because this tutorial is everything you need to know how to use Elementor. So I'm just showing you around, okay, so you see how it looks like. So like I said, you can connect your account later on. So let's go to the settings right now and see if we can make more adjustments. So you can go to features, okay. First of all, you can go to the features. Let me click on this again. Okay, so you can go ahead and leave this all at defaults, but first of all make sure you check if flex bulk container is actually active and is on default. Okay, if it is inactive, which I doubt, I'm just telling you, if it is inactive, just make sure it is active. Okay, that way you will be able to use flex bulk container in Elementor. It's very important. So having gone through this, you can go ahead and check all these settings right now, but this is all I want to show you in this tutorial. So we're going to create this, go back to this page that we've created. I'll go to edit right now. All right, so let's edit with Elementor. Okay, all right, so this is the Elementor canvas. This is where we're going to be doing everything that we need. This is where we're going to be dragging and dropping to build our website and the rest of them. Okay, so first of all, we're going to go through the basic settings. First, we've actually checked this out. We've installed Elementor, so we are actually on this particular section right now. So right here, let's start from below. First of all, you see this update. When you start creating your let's say I drag and drop this particular widget right now, you see that it changes color right now, signifying that I need to actually make an update to this, right? So to do this, you can actually go ahead and just click on this and it will update, but that is not what I want to do now, so I'll cancel it out. So and I'll just update this for now. Okay, so this is the preview changes. This way you can go ahead and preview your work. When you're done with all your work, you can just go ahead and preview this right here. Okay, you see it in a larger and a full screen without this particular panel right here. Okay, so this for the responsiveness. Okay, we'll have the desktop, the tablets, and we'll have the smartphone, okay, the mobile. So this is the history. So for instance, I imported a widget here, an element, and I deleted it. So you can go to the history and bring it back. It's back. So it's like the Control Z and the Control Y in Elementor. Okay, so just in case you mistakenly delete something, you can just go to this history and bring it back. So this is the navigator. I'll show you how this works later on when we have some elements, column, and probably widgets, right? So from here you can just see your elements quickly, and just in case you have a very clustered design going on, you can see everything you are doing, and you can even get to rearrange it properly, right? So we'll see this in practicals later on as we move on in this tutorial. So I'm going to cancel this out, and the next one we have here is we have the settings. So you can go ahead and change the title of this, which is not really necessary. So as you can see, the status is published. If it is not, you can go ahead and change it to published if it's on draft, right? So having done this, let's go below, and you're going to see this page layout. The first one we have here is called full width. It's called Elementor full width. So right here, you just have like everything is taking up the full width, as you can see. So we still have the logo and we still have the footer, right? So we'll go back to these settings and then we'll go back to another one, Elementor Canvas. These are the two that we're going to be trying out. So the first one still gives you like full width options, but then you still have the header and the footer. But the Elementor Canvas removes every distraction. It removes the header, the footer, and everything. It gives you a clean slate canvas that you work with, right? So that is exactly what we have here. So first of all, let's click on update. So this is how you go depending on what you're working on. You can choose to use Elementor full width or you can choose to use Elementor Canvas. Elementor Canvas works well when you're actually trying to design a landing page, because of course they don't need any distractions. But then if you're building a website and you already set up your header and your footer, you'll just go ahead and use the Elementor full width, right? So that is all you need to know. Okay, so there are other settings that we're going to go through, okay, but these are the basic settings that we need to go through. So we're just going to check this out. The next one, we're going to go through the widgets. So right here you see that first of all we'll have the layout and then we'll have the widgets below. So these widgets are the elements that you can drag and drop here, okay, to start using in Elementor to build out your page. Okay, so this is it, and below it will have the pro version of this. So as you can see, they are locked, you can't actually use them. So to use this particular widget here, you have to use this particular widget right here, you have to install Elementor Pro. Okay, so but like I said, the basic ones are more than enough for us to use to get started. Then if you want to now improve, we can install probably an Elementor add-on that will give us more pro widgets that we can use instead of like buying Elementor Pro that probably we're not ready to buy yet. We can actually use these Elementor add-ons, right? I will show you how to get those Elementor add-ons. It's actually totally free of charge, right? So that is it. And having said this, having go through this widget, so this is the heading widget, the image widget, text widget, video, button, divider, spacer, Google Map, and the other one, right? So that is it. You can actually start dragging and dropping these widgets right here, and then you see that it will start taking effects. Okay, so this is how it works. This is how it works. Like I said, Elementor is a drag and drop page builder. It's a drag and drop page builder. So you can just go ahead and drag this anywhere you want it to be. You can even change where you want it to be. If you want it to be on the top, you want this one to come back on the top. So it's very flexible and it gives you the opportunity to design and edit as much as you want. Okay, with Elementor you can design any kind of website that you feel like, right? So, and it's really, really amazing. You can do that with just one page builder. All right, so it's also interesting to know that Elementor is one of the best and most used page builders out there. It has more than 7 million installs, okay, which means a lot of web designers and developers are using Elementor. So you're confident that this particular plugin or this particular page builder is actually something very, very nice to use. Okay, so without much further ado, let's go ahead and see how we can customize everything right here. So let's check this out to show that we've gone through all the widgets, okay, at least the basic ones that we have access to. We've gone through them. So we are going to check out for the global settings. Now I want to show you one or two other things before we go to the global settings. So to be able to you can be able to edit the information right here. Okay, you can be able to edit the information that we have right here by just clicking on this pencil icon. Okay, you can click on this pencil icon for this heading and you will see the options that will come out here. You see the content, style, and the advanced. So this content, these options appear depending on what you click. For instance, if I click on this container, okay, if I click on this 6-dot icon here that says edit container, if I click on it, you see that it changes a little bit. This one is now layout, style, and advanced. But then if I click on the heading, it comes with content, style, and advanced. So depending on what you click, but it's mostly layout and content. Okay, it's mostly layout and content. So depending on what you are trying to edit, okay, if you click on this pencil icon, you always come to this. So first of all, the heading, this is where you can go ahead and edit. If you want to change this text to whatever you want it to be, you can go ahead and change it. Okay, so let's bring it back actually. So you can make your changes right here, put any text you want, that is your heading. You can go to the style as well. You can put this at the center, put it at the right, like you can make your alignment, okay, the way you want it to be. So you can go to the color as well, change this color from what it is to what you want it to be. You can put this at red or whatever color that you've chosen. You can actually still get your color code and just paste it here, and it will change the color that you wish. Okay, so you can go to typography right here, and then you can extend this size. You can even click on this family, and then you can go ahead and change this particular font. There are a lot of fonts here, and these are Google fonts, which means they are free to use. Okay, you can actually use it for free. You don't have any restrictions. So if you want to see more options on how you can get your fonts, you can go to fonts.google.com and check out the fonts that are there, so that you can know the ones that you can choose here appropriately. So instead of coming here to choose your fonts, you look them up first on Google Fonts, and then you'll come here and select them, knowing fully well that you already have what you want in mind. Okay, so you can choose to increase the weight of this to 900. You can even reduce it back to 200. Okay, depending on what you want. You can, let's put this back to like 600. You can put this on uppercase, which everything will now be capital letter. You can make it lowercase. You can actually make this capitalized. Every of these detail will start with a capital letter, and then you can put it on normal. Okay, just the way it was before. You can put it back on default. All right, so you can go to this style, and you can make this italic and make this oblique, which I don't really know what oblique is all about. So, but let's put it on default back again. So you can go to the decoration, and here you can underline, you can actually overline. Okay, the line goes on top. You can strike it through, and then you can decide to do nothing on it. Okay, so let's put it back to default. So there are a lot of customizations you can do right here. You can even increase the line height. If I thought we'll have probably another test, we would have increased the line height, and you see it. Okay, so we can increase the line spacing, like reduce it right here, and you see it's clustered. And then when I'm increasing this, it is spreading across. Okay, so let's put this like at 1 or so. Let's put it back to default. Okay, let's just leave it like this. Okay, let's just leave it like this for now. Okay, so you can go ahead and make the customization that you want. This is where it's going to. I don't actually use this text stroke and text shadow. You can go ahead and check it out to see if it works for you as well. So after this style, you can go to advanced. This is where you check for the padding and the margin, and the margin is actually the space outside of an element, right? And outside of a container or an element. That's what margin is all about. Why padding is a space inside of an element, okay, or a section. That is what padding is all about. So if you're increasing the padding, you're actually increasing the space inside. Okay, so let's put this back to 0. And if you're increasing the margin, you're actually increasing the space outside. You can't see it fully, or you might not really understand fully, because this is actually like a text. But if we start doing this on a container right now, go to advanced, and then if you increase this, you see that everything is now coming down. Okay, you see that there is space all across it. Okay, so we can decide to put this back at 0, and we can decide to unlink this value. If we unlink this value, it means that every side that you want right now will be selected. You know, previously when we are like increasing, all the sides are making adjustments, but this one, if you just want the top to make adjustments, it's just like this. Okay, you can put it up this way. All right, so you can see that it is giving space on top here. Okay, so let me just go ahead and delete all this stuff right now, and then let me also remove all these margin here. Okay, so this is it. Now this is for this text. You can go ahead and check other options right here. Okay, so but these are the ones that you can actually go ahead and use most. So for this heading also, you can actually check for the motion effects, which I believe these are actually, like, these particular ones are for the pro version. So but you can go ahead and get your entrance animation. Okay, so you can see this is actually moving from right to top, fading up and down, and the rest of them. So this is for the motion effect. You can actually go to the background. From here you can add background to this particular text right now. So let's choose a solid color to this, and you can see that this text has a background, right? This heading has a background right now. Okay, but then let's remove this again. Now you can actually go and add a border, okay, around this particular background section, okay, and other things that you want to do. You can even add a custom CSS code to this particular text. So the sky is your start point. Okay, same thing applicable to this text editor. Okay, as you can see, it's a little bit different because this one is now text editor, unlike the text where you just have this title here. This one, you have a text editor. So from this text editor, you can still make some vital edits, like you can highlight this and you can bolden this. You can also highlight this and you can change the color of this particular stuff right now. So if I click on this toggle, you see more options here. So you can click here and add this to change this to red, or change this to this brown, or you can even add a custom color to this. You can click here and then choose a custom color from here. Okay, so that is it. You have more options right here. You can even turn this to italics, or you can underline it, okay, depending on what you want to do. So this is for the text editor. So you can change the color from here, change it to any color of your choice. Go to typography, change it also. Go ahead and make all other edits that I showed you earlier. You can also go to advanced, and it's almost similar to what you did on the heading section, right? So that is all you have to do right here. And for the image, you can actually click here and then click on choose image, and then you choose the image that you've already let's say we don't have any image right now, but then if there's any image right here, you can actually go ahead and import it. Let's see if we can get an image. All right, so I uploaded some images, and we're gonna use, let's just select this one. We're gonna select this, and we're gonna have this image right here. Okay, so this image, so we can go ahead and like style up this image as well. We can go to style, and then you can increase or decrease the width of this image. As you can see, as I'm playing around with the width, is decreased and is increased as well. So the max is actually 100 for this width. For percentage, okay, so you can turn this to pixel and the rest of them. Okay, so you can turn this to pixel, and then you have up to like 1000 of it. So but let's put it back to percentage, and then let's increase it to like 100. So by default, you can actually change the resolution of this image by saying like full, so that you have a full resolution of this image. Okay, so right here we'll have the max width, we have the height. This is just alter the way the image is looking like right now. So you can actually increase or decrease the opacity of the image depending on what you want. You can add border to this image, solid border, as you can see it. Then you can probably add a color to it, and then you can add a box shadow to it. As you can see, we'll have a box shadow added to it. I don't know if you can see it, but then there is a shadow. Okay, let me increase the shadow so you see it very properly. So as you can see, as I just increase the blur, let me reduce the spread and increase the blur so you can see it perfectly. Okay, so if you want to put it at the vertical or horizontal, the sky, you just go ahead and do what you want to do right here. Okay, so we can also increase the border radius of this by just increasing it. Okay, we can increase the border radius by just increasing it like this. As you can see, it's becoming more circular than it was before. So the width, you can actually reduce the width of this border that we added, or you can decrease it. Okay, so that is it. You can go ahead and make some customizations here, but then I don't want to make any of this customization. I want to keep it at defaults, and I want to put this at 0, and I want to remove this as well. So that is it for this image. So you can also go to the advanced section of this image. You can also go to the advanced section of this image setting. Yeah, also that reminds me, you can put this at the middle or the left or the right, but of course it's already filled up here, so you wouldn't even know if it's at the left or the right or the center. So but let's just assume it's at the center. So you can go to the advanced section, and then you can play with the margin and the padding. Like I said, the margin affects everything that happens outside of it, and then the padding affects everything that happens inside of this image. Okay, so that is it. So you can go ahead and exploit all these other things. So let's add up one more thing right now, and I'm gonna use it to go to the next other level. Okay, so let's add like a button, a call to action button. So right here you can go ahead and change the text of this button, add your link to this place, probably add a let's say you want to add an icon to this. Let's just choose this icon right here. So you want to add this icon, or if you want to also remove it, you can go ahead and click on this none. So in the style option, you can go ahead and make this to be in the same center. You can change the typography, add up any typography of your choice, and then the text color, you can change the text color to anything you want. You can also change the background color to any color of your choice. So you can change it back to this. You can unlink this value so that you remove. By default, every button comes with a border radius, a default border radius. But if you unlink this border radius link here, you remove it to have these sharp edges that it's having right now. So you can even add a box shadow to like increase the visibility of this button, and also you can add a margin and a padding. If you want to add your own by default, you can like remove all this and then you can add your own. Okay, it's depending on you, your choice. As you're increasing it, it's increasing here. As you're also decreasing it, it's making its movements, right, trying to decrease. So you, this is how you customize this button from ground up. You can go to the advanced section and also make some adjustments here depending on what you want. You can add a motion effect like entrance animation. You can like put this slide down, and as you can see, it's coming up well already. So you can actually go to um every other thing here. You can leave it as it is. You can just play around with layout and the motion effect. Okay, you can exploit all those things very much later. So that is it. We've like done seen some basic settings in Elementor, so we just assume that this particular one is over, right? So the next one we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be looking at the global settings of Elementor. Now, why do you need the global settings in Elementor? It is because it enhances it goes ahead to enhance your workflow, right? To make everything easier and faster for you, right? So as you can see, we are like editing these colors one after the other, adding the padding and madding and all those things, changing the fonts according to how we want it to come out. So all these things actually take time. Okay, it takes time. So there is a way you can do this on the global settings so that everything you are doing, like the heading will have one setting, the text editor will have one setting, the buttons will have one setting, so that you can increase the speed at which you're working, and also you can also improve efficiency. Because for instance, let's say you're designing a full website and you designed everything that you need to design, and all of a sudden your client said he just wants you to remove the color, like he doesn't want the particular color you're using, he wants you to use this particular color, or maybe something else happens and he wants you to change the color. So you see that you find it difficult to start changing the color individually. Like, it's so difficult, I can't even imagine you doing that. But if you have a global settings, it's going to also help you, so that in situation like this, you can just go to the global settings and change the color in the global settings, and it will affect all the entire design that you've made on your website or your landing page. So that is why you need to do some global settings. Okay, so we're going to go through that right now. First of all, let's save this up, and then to get to the global settings, you're going to click on this dash. Let me go back to it again so you see it. We're going to click on this three dash here. We're going to click and we're going to go to site settings. So on this site settings, you now see design system. First of all, you see global colors, global fonts. Then in the theme style, you see typography, button, images, form field. And then on the settings, site settings, background layout, and the rest of them. So we'll go through all these things. I mean, most of these things starting from the global colors. Okay, so if you click on this global color, you see it brings out this interface like this, where you have to go ahead and change your primary color, secondary color, text, and accent color, right? You can even go ahead and add other colors if you want to. So I believe by now you must have had a color in mind that you want to use to work. So if you don't, you can go to this website called Colors. Okay, so just go to this website and then just click on it. All right, so once it opens, you can go and let me just click on this explore colors, right? So right here, you can select the color of your choice. If you don't have any color in mind already, you can come to this place and select the color of your choice. So let me just use this particular color right now for example. Okay, so let's say this is going to be my primary color. Okay, let's say this will be my primary color, and then let me choose from this. And then this, let's say my secondary color will be like black, a little bit darker black. And then my first color, of course, black. Okay, so you will have to put this, you have to set this up. Okay, put your own, don't just go and drag any black. You have to like know the kind of black you want. Okay, so here, well, now let's just see the accent color. Let's just choose this as our accent color, right? So just Control V here, and let's say this is the color that we want to work with. This secondary color, you can actually change it to whatever you want. Let's say our secondary color will be something like this color right now. So you can go ahead and change it to this color. So let's say we are working with these global colors. So once you are done with it, you can even add other colors just in case. Okay, so let's add this final color here as an additional color. So you can go ahead and name the color whatever you want to name it. Okay, go ahead and change the name here. And once you are done, we can just go ahead and update this, and then we'll go back. We've done our color, global color. So let's go to global fonts. So this is where you choose your primary, secondary, text, and then accent. Okay. So from here in your primary font, you can just go ahead and click on this pencil icon, and then you can choose any font of your choice. Okay, you can choose any font of your choice. Like I said, you can go to this website, fonts.google.com. So you can select the fonts that you want. You can select the fonts that you want, right? Go and select any fonts that you want, and then look at how it will come out. So okay, but let's say we want this Playfair. We want this Playfair, right? So we can look at how it is here, and then we'll go back to our fonts, and then we'll type Playfair. Okay, should come out. Okay, Playfair. So let's say we want to use this as our primary color, as our primary font actually. So we increase this to like 45. Okay, so the width want it like 700. Then want this to be capitalized, and then let's see the style. Want this to be normal. Okay, so and line height, you can just go ahead and make all the settings as regards to what you want. Okay, so I think, yep, let's leave it this way. Now the secondary fonts, you can choose this to be Playfair again. Playfair. Okay, so and then this could be the font size of 25. Then we can make this 600, and then we can also make this capitalized, and the rest of them, let's just leave it this way. And then for the text, let's say we are going to be using Montserrat for the text. So and then we are going to make this to 18, or let's put it at 16. Okay, so and then the font weight, we are leaving it this way, and every other thing. Then for the accents, we are going to be using Roboto. Let's choose Roboto Slab. And then for the size, we are going to make this size 18, and then we'll leave every other thing the way it is. Okay, so you can even go ahead and add a custom font, but that is all we want to do about this global fonts right now. So we've set up our global colors and global fonts. The next thing we are going to do now is to arrange the typography. So click on typography right now, and then as you can see, we need to do a setting right now. We need to go to these settings. In order for your theme style to affect these changes you're making, you need to go to this settings page. Okay, once you're on this settings page, you actually need to go to settings. Go to settings, and then check these two boxes, default color and default font. Check these two of them and save changes. If not, everything you're doing here will not actually work. Anything you're doing on this global settings will not actually work. Okay, so let's actually refresh this to make sure that we have done this properly. All right, as you can see, I think we've done it correctly. So we'll go back to the typography right now, and as you can see, we don't see that warning anymore. So we'll go ahead and choose the text color that we want. This text color is going to be black. Already we've set it on the global color and the global font, so all we need to do is just to start importing it here. So for the typography of this body, we're going to go to text. We already set it up here, so there's no point. As you can see, it's changing here. It's taking the effect immediately. So for the link, we're going to be using the accents, and then for the typography, we're going to be using accents too. As you can see, it's changing here as well. So for the H1, this is the heading tag, right? The heading tag, the H1, H2, H3, H4. So this controls how Google reads your website, and also controls the rank, how you want your website to actually appear, right? So you can go ahead and choose heading 1. We're going to be using this text. Okay, we're going to be using this okay, let's use the primary color here, and then for the typography, we're going to use primary. For H2, so for H2, you can go ahead and edit this also. So let's say H2, let's use this text, and then we're gonna just choose secondary, and I'm gonna do this till you get to the H6. Okay, so it's depending on what you want to do right now. We're gonna update this, and then we'll go back. So for this button, we're just going to style this button. So for the typography, we're going to choose accent, And we're not using this text shadow. For the text color, we are going to be using the accent as well. And for the background, for the color of this background, we are going to be using this background. Okay, so let's select this. And then you can choose the border radius. Like I said, you can just remove this border radius from here. And the padding, let's give this padding of 20. Sorry, we need to unlink this value. If not, all of them will be taking 20. Okay, to take 20 on every side. So let's unlink this value, and then we'll have 20 at the top, 30 at the right, 20 at the bottom, then 30 at the left. Okay, so let's say we want to have it this way, and then that is it for the button. Okay, so we can just go ahead and choose this. And then the next thing we're gonna do, you can go ahead and choose for the image and font field, but I'm not gonna touch this area right now because it's not really what we're focused on now. So for the site identity, you can go ahead and check this where you can change your logo and the rest of them. Now for the background, most times I like to just go through this option. Most times it's not always pure white, so I like to keep this at pure white. Okay, so this is where you can change the background. Okay, you can change the background of this particular website. If you want it to be black background throughout, you're not going to have any other background color again except black. So but we want to keep this at white. So you can also go ahead and change for the browser, okay, the mobile browser here. So however, we are not going to do this particular one, which is the layout. So control how this looks like. For now, it is at 1140. So we can decrease this or we can increase it, okay, from here. So I love to always keep this at 1, 2. Okay, so it will take a little bit of more space, like the width to be more expanded, just in case you are using much more expanded screen. Your website will not just look like something that is in the middle, right? So you can set it here, and then the next thing we're just going to do, we're going to leave all the settings the way it is right now. Of course, you can change it if you want to, but then what I want to do right now is to go to the breakpoint. So as you can see, what we have right here is just in the responsive mode. We have the desktop, we have the tablet, and we have the mobile. So you can go ahead and add more options here. You can even add laptop, you can add widescreen. Okay, so this happens so that in case if you want to make your responsiveness across all devices, you know there are multiple devices right now, and probably maybe just desktop, tablet and mobile won't be enough probably for the devices that people have right now. So you can increase the device so that you can make responsiveness for those devices like laptop, okay, and then widescreen. So having done this, we're just going to click on update, and for this to take effect, we're going to have to reload this website right now. All right, so it's actually refreshed now. So all we need to just do is to check, and you can see there are a lot of other responsive devices here, right? So let's just close this down for now, and then we're done with the everything about the settings. So you can go ahead and check all of these settings, but I don't use any of this again. Okay, so that is it. So I'm just gonna X this out, and then we are done with the mobile response, with the global settings. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead to delete all these things, and then if I add the flexbox and I add the container right here, and then in this container I just add probably a heading. So as you can see, it is taking the H2, but then I'm gonna change it to H1, as you can see. So we can actually go right here and put it on the center. So everything we are going to be doing right now is going to be controlled by the global settings that we already have. So everything we are going to be doing, for instance, if I drag this text editor right here, you see it is already styled for us. Okay, so I can put this at the center, and then I can go ahead and choose the button right now, and you see that everything is according to how we set it up on the global settings. So this will increase your effectiveness and help you to design very much faster, and that is why we actually chose this. So let's go ahead and wrap this up right now. So I'm gonna exit this out menu. We've done the global settings, so I'll show you how to import and export templates right now. Okay, so let me close this out first of all. So what I'm gonna do right now is, let me close all of this out and let's start from scratch again. Okay, so what we're going to do is to try to practicalize what we've learned. We've seen everything as regards to what we need to know about the Elementor, both the elements, the global settings and everything. We've seen all of that. So let's just try to do something right now. Probably create a hero section, and I'll show you how to import and export templates and wrap it up for this channel, right? So I'll just go to this plus icon, and then we'll have flexbox and we'll have grid, but then we're going to be using flexbox container. And right here we'll have the directional column, and we'll have the directional rule, and we'll have these two columns, and then these other ones. But the ones that are frequently used is this three actually, right? So I'm gonna use this right now, and then probably I'll make another video showing you how to use Elementor, this container, right? This flexible container extensively. There are a lot of things you need to know, but then we're just going to be going through it as we are moving on in this tutorial, right? So right now I've just imported this, and as you can see, the layout of this is actually the one we set from the global settings 1.2, right? So that is it. So we can go to this style, go into this style right now. I can go into this style right now, and then we can change the background of this entire container, right? So this is the background. We can either choose classic. If we choose the classic, you see that we have just a we'll be choosing just the solid color, right, as you can see here. So but if you choose the gradient, then probably we'll have to like add up probably another color, right, 2 colors. So if we choose video, you have to add up a video here. So it's either a YouTube link, you just paste your YouTube link here, and the video will start displaying on your screen here. Then we also have the last one, which is the slideshow. If you want more than one image to be displaying, all right? So let's say let's choose these 2 images right now, and then let's insert it inside the gallery, and let's see what happens. All right, so these images have started showing up right now. So what we need to do is actually we need to start adding in elements inside this. So let's say we are going to be dragging this heading, okay, and then in this heading, let me just copy this. Okay, so I'm just gonna paste it right here. Okay, so put this at the center. Then I'll come to typography, increase the size. Okay, let's say I want this to be so big, 75. And then the text color, let's say I want it to be white. Okay, so that this could be seen. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on inside this container right here, and I'm gonna go to the advanced. I'm gonna touch the padding. Okay, remember I said the padding is the space inside, so I'm gonna make this padding like 50 on top, or let's even increase it to like 80 inside, and then for the bottom we'll have 80 as well. Okay, so we have a lot of space right now. So we can go ahead and add another probably let's say add this text editor, okay, below it. Then let me copy this as well. Let me just copy this from here to here. Okay, so let me go to this place and paste, put this at the center, turn this to white. Okay, so that is it. Let's say this is what I want to do. So what the next thing I can do right now is actually I can come to this particular container. Now go to style, and in this background I already have this background moving, this slideshow, right? So I can go to the background overlay. Probably this clashing with my color because there is a lot of white also in this background. So let's say I'll just add like a dark color as an opacity for this, and I can increase and reduce the opacity. So let's just say I want to increase the opacity like this. Okay, so that is it for it. And then we can add the button that we've already can add the button here. Can go ahead and add the button below. Okay, all right, so we can go ahead and add the button below. Great, so our website is already coming out very, very well. There are other things you can actually go ahead to do. You can go ahead and style this the way you want. You can even add another container to this, right? You can add another container to this, and you can reduce the width. Okay, you can reduce the width of this container, and then you can just drag this text inside. So it's this way, it's more coordinated, right? It's more coordinated. Okay, so as you can see, this is what we have here, and this is what we have. Like I said, there are a lot of things that goes into this container, and then you need to like really understand it from ground up. But then the simple thing is that it has direction and you can justify items. There are a lot of things you can do here. For instance, if I put this direction at this side, you see that everything is now coming sideways. So if I put it down below, vertical, if I put it horizontal, it comes this way. If I put it vertical, it comes this way. If I reverse it, everything is just going this other side. If I put it at the top, you see that this one is like everything is just rearranged. And you can use this to like get an amazing design. Okay, you can use this to get an amazing design, right? So that is it for that. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do right now is let's just see how we can import templates right now. So if you click on this particular icon, you'll be brought to Elementor templates. Okay, but then there is a problem. We are on the free version of Elementor, and most of these stuffs are actually pro. Okay, most of these blocks are pro. They are actually pro, so we might not be able to use them. For instance, if you are looking for the benefits, you see that most of these are actually pro. So the Elementor templates, we are almost not eligible to use Elementor templates right here. Like I said, but there is a way we can get around this. And the way we can get around this is to install another plugin that is an Elementor add-on so that we can get to use some of these templates. Okay, so to do this, we are going to install a plugin. We'll just go to add new. Right, so we're gonna search for this Elementor add-on called Royal add-on. Okay, so we'll just click on install and then we're going to activate. So this gives us a lot of templates to work with, right? So having installed this, we are now going to go back to this particular place and we'll just refresh this our Elementor canvas. We'll just refresh everything. All right, so here is it. And then we now have these particular templates right here. Sorry, this particular add-on right here. So if you just click on this, we'll see a lot of templates. Okay, a lot of templates and blocks that we can choose from. Of course, it also have a free version and a pro version as well. So let's just go to the free version and then you'll see everything right here. Okay, so this is the free version. Yeah, this is the free version. Okay, so you can go ahead and choose any of these templates that you want. You can go ahead and choose any of these templates. Okay, so you can even choose sections. You can choose specific sections, or you can even choose blocks. Okay, all right, for the sections you can see the free aspects and you can see the pro ones. So there are a lot of free options that you can use here. You can even import any of these templates right now that is free for you. You can import them. So let's just go through. Let's say you want to have your services right now. You can just click on insert. And as you can see, the services has been inserted for you. Okay, all you need to do is just to click here and then go to advanced. Actually, you need to go to this particular click here, go to the advanced, then go to advanced and then remove the margin. Okay, so that it will like get to this place. Like you can reduce it to probably 50. Okay, so you can reduce it to 50 and as you can see we already have the services right now. So if you want to import another template, you can just go to this place. Sorry, not actually Elementor. You can go to this particular place and then you see all these pages, sections, blocks. You have access to some of the free versions right here, so you can choose what you want to work with. Okay, so you can choose the ones you want to work with and then you can just import them. You can see this is also free. This is the timeline. It's also free, so you can go ahead and choose what you want, right? So let me just insert this just one more time so that you can see how it works. Okay, so with these templates you can actually build a full-fledged website. Just know the sections you have and then you can just go to this place and start importing those sections. Okay, so this cannot display because there is something. This is like a post. Okay, so I didn't see it earlier. It's a post, so you can't display because you don't have any post yet. So we can just go to this section right now and then select another section of our choice, right? We can like import, we we can import any section. Okay, you can go ahead and choose the section, especially those ones that are free, because you can't actually use the pro version. Okay, for now, because you didn't pay for it. Okay, so that is it. You can decide to use this particular one. I don't know, just insert it. And then with this, trust me, you can build out an entire website with this. You can build out an entire website with this. So let's just go to the advanced, also go to advanced and reduce the padding to like maybe 20. Okay, we actually need to go and reduce the padding of this, the padding of this one. Right, the bottom is 100, so we can reduce it to like 50. So we'll have this right now. So you can go ahead and try this out, and then let's update this. So this is how to import templates. Okay, so normally if you have Elementor Pro, all you just need to do is just to go to this particular place, just the same pattern. You'll see instead of Go Pro, you see insert, and you just click on it and it will be inserted. Very simple. Now let's say you want to export this out as a template. Now all you need to do is to come to this very place, go to save as template, and then you name it. Okay, let's say temp. Let's use the word temp, and then just click on save. So it's going to save these templates, and as you can see, look at this template to save here. Now if you want to export these templates, you just click on this and you click on export. So it's going to export, and you're even going to save it, right? You can actually import this back in another page that you want. It will export it as a JSON file. You can import it back if you actually want to, right? So this is how you can import and export. However, there's another way you can do this in Elementor right here. So you can go to saved templates, right? So you see this template that we just saved here, you just click on export template. So whichever way you want to do, this is how you can be able to import and export templates. So I believe you've gotten value from this video and you've seen how to use Elementor. So there are other things we need to discuss about, right? But then I want to make this tutorial as short as possible. So go ahead and explore the options you have right now. Start using Elementor as a page builder to start getting stunning websites and landing pages. And do not forget, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I'll be bringing you much more values like this.